As I record this video, it's that time of year, time to make your New Year's resolutions. Right. Well, actually, what I'm going to share with you applies to any time. When you want to set a resolution, make a change, a promise to yourself to change something in your life for the better or completely differently, and you don't want to have it end up like most people's New Year's resolutions, because get a load of this. With New Year's resolutions, the second Friday after New Year's is known as quit day, as in people have quit their New Year's resolutions. Yeah, 25%. By early February, it's 82%, and overall, it's 92% fail at their New Year's resolution. The problem is how people do it and what they don't do. So in this video, I'm going to first of all tell you why that is, which is important to know, but I'm going to give you a way that whether it's a New Year's resolution or you do it in May, whatever, that it will work for you and you change the thing or you change your life the way you need it and want it. So let's go.
Helping you find your new way forward to the best years of your life. This is a New Way Forward podcast with Paul Long.
So I'm using New Year's resolutions because we're all familiar with them. We've all probably failed at them. But again, this applies any time of the year to anything in your life that you really want to take on, because really it's the method or the lack of a method to actually make it work and have you succeed. So it's not you. Okay, maybe it is you. Maybe it is me. But this method even helps you overcome that, because New Year's resolutions are very simplified. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And that's it. That's as far as it goes. That's not enough. There's something really important that I'm going to share with you that makes all the difference in the world. It is the key to not just success, but meaningful success. And to take you from somebody who is almost like contributing like you would to a charity, to a gym, and instead actually succeeding at what you want and need. So here's the real problem, is here's where that New Year's resolution approach, or quite frankly, any resolution that you're going to change something in life, fails. So the first thing is what I focus on is the what and the how. The what? I want to be healthy. The how? I'll go to the gym. That's not enough. That's so superficial that when it gets hard, and it will get hard, whatever it is that you're doing, you don't have any of the tools, you don't have the natural rationalization, motivation, and with that discipline to plow through the hard thing and really have what it takes in order to succeed. Resolutions are essentially designed to fail. There's no real clarity at what does success look like. No specifics, no deadlines, no accountability. No one's holding you to it. No real commitment. It's easy to blow off. Sometimes your environment are working against you. You want to quit drinking, but you're hanging out with your drinking buddies. Or you want to lose weight, but you're buying all this junk at the store and you're putting it in your cabinet in your refrigerator. You haven't thought through what it's going to take, and here's the big one. You haven't figured out your why. Why do you want it? Resolutions are wishes. They're not a plan, they're a hope. And a hope is not a plan, and it's not a strategy. So most people, when it comes to a New Year's resolution or a June resolution, whenever it is, some way that you want to change or improve your life or a part of it or stop something that's bad for your life, that again, it's very superficial. It really isn't thought through. You don't go deep enough, and it doesn't have enough meaning and impact for you. And what people always do is they start with the what and the how, and it's so superficial, it's like walking on thin ice. You're going to crack through it and freeze to death and drown, so to speak. What and how are important, but not yet, and not to that thin degree. Let me explain. It all starts with why. Why do you want to do it? And going deep into that. So some of you may have heard of Simon Sinek and his golden circle, which was a TED Talk, and it was mostly about business at that time, but applies to life. So here's how the golden circle works, okay? So what we've got is we've got a circle, and so this right here is what? And then leading to the outward circle, which is how. And this is how a lot of people think. This is how a lot of company thinks. What do I want to make? What do I want to sell? And how am I going to sell it? And how am I going to make it? You do need to answer those questions, but not yet. Because at the center is why. And when it comes to life, it starts here. So why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to be a better person? Why do you pick anything? But let's use the health thing, because I did, and it worked for me. So it's basically asking yourself why as many times as is necessary, even when it might seem absurd as you go through it, until you get to the why that means something to you, that is important and critical to you. You've got to get it down to that core essence. So I want to get healthy. Why do you want to get healthy? Well, I want to feel good, and you're supposed to be healthy. Well, why do you want to feel good and you're supposed to be healthy? Well, because I don't want to feel bad. Why don't you want to feel bad? Well, because I want to be able to do what I want to do. Well, why do you want to do what you want to do? Well, why wouldn't you? Well, humor me here. Keep going. Well, because, if I want to do something, I want to be able to do it. Well, why do you want to be able to do that? Well, as I go through life, and especially as I get older, I want to have the health and vitality and independence to do what I want to do. Well, why do you want that? Well, because I'm really into this thing that I'm doing here, and I want to be there for my wife and my kids, and hopefully grandkids someday, and I want to die young at an old age. I don't want to be infirm and go through decline. I want to live to a ripe old age and just die suddenly after having a full day. Now you know why you want to do it, and you can apply that to any of the other possibilities of a New Year's resolution or an anytime resolution. And it'll come out differently than mine did, but it's getting down to that core motivation of why you want it. It means something to you. It's important to you. When you do it this other way, there's no, as I mentioned, there's no accountability, there are no deadlines, there's no meat behind it. But for me, knowing this, when I'm sitting over here at my office chair, and it's quite frankly the time of day that it is now, and it's usually when I go to the gym, the end of the workday, and I'm tired, and I'm just like, I don't want to go to the gym. Boom, I think of that. I know my why, and I get my ass out of that chair. And by the way, James Clear, Atomic Habits, which is back over here somewhere, I focus on the first 1%. Which is to go upstairs and get my gym bag. I do that and I'm on my way. What's the next 1%? Go to the gym. What's the next 1%? I start working out. And I'm grateful for it every time. I'm grateful that I'm there, and I'm grateful that I did it. And I feel great, and I feel great about myself. But that why got me out of that chair. That why helps me at the grocery store in terms of the foods that I buy and don't buy. On and on and on and deep as it goes, to achieve what you need and want by your why. And then, okay, so there's my why, now the what? And you're going to take that deeper too. Well, what does it mean? Well, that means I'm going to, do healthy things. No, let's go deeper. What that means is I'm going to have to go to a gym, or I'm going to have to work out, or I'm going to have to set something up in my home, or I'm going to have to just figure out these, aerobic and resistance training exercises, and I'm going to have to eat better, and I'm going to have to get good sleep. All of that. And then the how. How are you going to do it? Well, I'll go to the gym. No. Let's figure out how to do it to get the results that we want, and to do it in a way that works for you and is at your level. I mean, some people, for instance, will hire and go ahead and pay a trainer for like 2 months. It's like, here's the money. I've already paid for it. And that gives them the motivation to go. And that trainer is going to come up with a customized plan and show you the right way to do the exercise. You take my point here. That's the how. While I'm thinking about it, I start coming up with other whats and hows. So I realized that I'm not that disciplined a person in the world, when it comes to like going on a diet or an exercise routine. So I came up with this idea for taking 10,000 baby steps to better health, I called it. But what it was every morning I thought, what's one healthy thing I can do today in any of those realms that I don't usually do? And lo and behold, I started doing that every day. And some of those things stuck and became habits. And I started feeling better, and I started getting excited about it, and I started feeling better about myself. And all of a sudden, I'm researching and doing it. And by the way, down below is a link to a free PDF that I've given you of 101 baby steps that you can take just to get you started on that. But all of that emanates from knowing your why and using that as your launch pad to what you want. So here is my 5-step success method to making it stick and making it work for you. So number 1, get specific about the outcome, not just the activity. Don't just go to the gym. What does success look like 1 year from now? Write it down. Imagine it. How will you feel when you've done it or you're in the process of doing it? Number 2, account for reality. Who are you? Your situation, your struggle, what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. Be honest about it. It's kind of like that 10,000 baby steps thing that I said. I got real and I understood myself and I found a way to do it that would work within my emotions and my mindset. Number 3, get an accountability partner. Or as they say in South Park, an accountability buddy. I love that term. Someone who you make a promise to, or someone who is also going after the same goal and you hold each other accountable. Because when you tell someone that you're going to do something, there's a much higher likelihood of success. And when you're doing it together, there's a very high level of success. Set up your environment for success. So like I was talking about with if you want to lose weight, make sure that first of all, you've got a bunch of recipes of healthy foods and you've got a shopping list with those foods and other healthy foods on there, and you're not buying cookies and ice cream and that kind of stuff at the grocery store. It's what's in your pantry and your refrigerator. If you want to quit drinking, don't go out with your drinking buddies. Or if you want to go to the gym, have your gym bag ready and try my 1% rule of just like, first thing I do is get my bag and I'm there. Next is expect to fail. Because you will fail. We all fail. We all go through dips. We all hit walls, especially with exercise. Expect it. But because you've got your why, your meaningful why, you will plow through it. So why wouldn't you do this? Why would you try to do it like a New Year's resolution where it's all superficial? You've learned knowing your why, making this relevant is going to empower you. It's going to help you keep from failing. It's going to make you want to succeed. And with me, it was kind of like the struggles of it, I expected them. It's fine because I know why I want it. It's a standard. It's a must-have in my life, and damn it, I'm going to get it. Oh, and by the way, the healthy outcome of this, I am in such vastly better physical and cognitive and just overall health than I was when I did this originally 15 years ago. And in fact, compared to other people my age, my health is the equivalent of someone who is over 25 years younger. And as my doctor says, you're healthy than most of the patients that I have that are that age. It works. It helps you power through. And it helps you overcome our brains too, because our brains are kind of wired to sometimes keep us stuck and not help us with change. And by the way, and I'll put the link down below, actually just earlier this week I posted a video about all of that, how to get unstuck, how to overcome your brain actually thinking it's protecting you from making a positive change in your life. It's worth watching that too if you're really going to take this seriously, because you know your why. And ultimately, it's why you want to have a new way forward in life, whether it's a part of it or all of it that's ideal for you. I know you'll succeed.
Learn more ways to enhance your life and discover a new way forward that's perfect for you by watching these videos or any others on my channel. Oh, and be sure to subscribe.